This video will show a grade 5 student how to use ConnectEd to complete MathBox 1.1. In order to access ConnectEd, you will have to go to the Washington Township Public Schools District website, wtps.org. When you hover over Students, you'll be able to click on Class Link. It's going to ask you to sign in with Microsoft. Well, that's going to be your school email and password. Once you enter into ClassLink, you're going to see that you'll have a bunch of school apps. You want to find the app that says McGraw-Hill Education. By clicking on this app, you will begin to enter ConnectEd. You may need to find your class or your teacher's name, and you'll click on that box, and then it will get you right into ConnectEd. Now, the first thing that you're going to want to look for when doing a MathBox page is to make sure that you are on the correct lesson. So here you can see right now I am on lesson 1-1, and that is the MathBox that I want to complete. Let's suppose as the school year moves on that my lesson didn't come up that I needed to complete. I can go and click right here on this little menu icon, and then I can click on all lessons, and every lesson will pop up that I've already completed or passed, and then I can go ahead and click on the lesson that I need. So today, since my lesson 1-1 is already up here, I'm going to click on the main lesson box, and it's going to take me to all the different components to the lesson. So the first box that I want to do is my math boxes. So I'm going to click on the math box. Now what this does is this takes those math boxes that appear in your paper journal and it puts it online. Your responses will allow for the teacher to check your work via the ConnectEd online program. So let's look at number 1. Number 1 is going to ask us, next to each student reference book icon in problems 2 through 5, write the SRB page numbers where you can find information about each problem. Let's suppose I'm not that great of a reader. This little speaker will read it to me.
Math boxes. 1. Next to each student reference book icon in problems 2 through 5, write the SRB page numbers where you can find information about each problem.
So the good thing is there's nothing to do for problem number 1. So in order for me to get to problem number 2, I'm going to click this little tiny down arrow here and go to screen number 2. That's going to be MathBox problem number 2. So now you're going to notice that it's asking me to solve a problem like this. I have parentheses, I have a multiplication symbol, and I have to put in my answer. So if I want to find the SRB page, because that was my direction, I'm going to have to go ahead and get the student reference book. So in order to find my student reference book, you'll notice I have an activity kit. When I click on the activity kit, there it is, my reference book. So I'm going to just slide over, click on my reference book, and a new window will pop up. My reference book will load in. And notice my other window is still here, so I can go back and forth to the different windows. Now, I need to find in my reference book, I need to find something that's going to tell me about solving parentheses. So when I'm in my reference book, I can go ahead and click on some of the important features of it, such as an index to find out where I would find parentheses. So I can go ahead and start to look and scroll to see where I need to go. I can move the arrows to take me to the next pages. Once I get to the letter P for maybe parentheses, maybe that is going to have some information to help me. So let's see. Parentheses are on page 42. So at the bottom, I can go ahead and just type in 42, and it's going to take me to grouping symbols. So again, I can hit the little speaker button and it will read it to me. And look here, it's going to tell me, evaluate the following expression. The parentheses tell you to subtract first, then multiply by 3. Grouping symbols. When there are grouping symbols in a number, sentence, or expression, the operations inside are always done first. So this was page 42. So when I come back here and I have to put in 42, I can click on my little pen, or I can click on a text to make a text box, and then I can type in 42. So I've added in my page number. For the answer here, to do parentheses first, 25 minus 5 is something, times 4 is something. When I click on that box, I can go ahead and type in my answer. Now, I want to save my work, so down here, I'm going to click Save. That's very important. You want to make sure you do that before you move on to the next screen. Screen 3 will now give me math box number 3. Remember, my student reference book is already up there in one of my windows, so I can always go back and forth to find out what page the student reference book was most helpful. Same thing with problem 4. I'm going to go to screen 4. And then with screen 5, I'm going to go to that page here, and this is going to ask me to explain how I solve problem 2b. This little link is actually going to show me what problem 2b was. So this is one of those answers where I'm going to have to type in a response. So I can add in a text box and go ahead and type some stuff that's going to answer the question. Make sure you hit that save button. That's very important. As soon as you do that, your math box will head into your teacher account so that he or she is able to check your work. So that is how you can complete your math boxes right here in ConnectEd. Your assignment right now is to go ahead, log into ConnectEd, find lesson 1-1, and complete the math boxes for that lesson. Good luck!